Hello and welcome back to another video. We're going to be discussing the announcement tonight of Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois for Dubois' IBF Championship of the World. He was elevated after his win over Filip Hrgovic on the 5 versus 5 in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be on September the 21st at Wembley. We've had the full undercard announcement after weeks and weeks of rumours on who was going to be on it. We've heard Nahoyo Inoue, we've heard Chris Eubank Jr., we've heard Fraser Clark and Fabio Wardley too. But eventually the full list of fights is as follows. So you have Dubois against AJ for the IBF Heavyweight Championship, Hamzah Sheeraz and Tyler Denny for the European Championship middleweight. Buatsi and Willy Hutchsinson are going to be fighting light heavyweight. Cacace is going to be defending IBF and IBO super featherweight championships against Josh Warrington in what promises to be a cracker. And you have Liam Smith against Josh Kelly, which is a really good crossroads fight. Both men have campaigned at 154 pounds before, but this one's going to be at 160 pounds. So it's a move up in weight for Josh Kelly. Obviously, Liam Smith fought Chris Eubank Jr. at 160 pounds. And then opening the show will probably be Turki Al-Sheikh's favourite fighter, and that's Mark Chamerblain. He'll be fighting Josh Padley. So that's a battle of undefeated fighters. Mark Chamerblain 16-0 and Josh Padley is 14-0. So Joshua Dubois, obviously that's been rumoured for a long time now. We've pretty much known that for a while. That's going to be happening. It was just a case of whether it was going to be for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World or not. Alexander Usyk last night vacated his belt, so now we get that on the line. Going to be a really intriguing fight. You know, a lot of people are writing Dubois off because Hrgovic was hitting him very frequently with the right hand in their fight, especially in the first couple of rounds. But, you know, Kieran Farrell, Don Charles, the Daniel Dubois training team, they're definitely going to have a plan for that. I don't think it's as foregone a conclusion as, you know, AJ's going to take him out in a few rounds, but I do think we could potentially get a shootout. I personally think AJ will stop Dubois late, but, you know, it's going to be an absolutely cracking fight that, you know, potentially slightly anticlimactic on the card that, you know, I'd have loved to have seen Wardley Clark, but I'm assuming that they'll do another O2 show on a boxer card. You know, Inoue Hearn told us a while ago that he was off. You know, Tyler Denny's going to be fighting Hamzah Sheeraz. Obviously, he just beat Felix Cash on the Birmingham Matchroom card on Saturday night, even though he is a boxer fighter. You know, Sheeraz coming off the big win against Amo Williams on the 5 versus 5. Uphill task for Tyler Denny without question. You know, Hamzah Sheeraz is really, really well thought of. You know, he's very close to Turki Al-Sheikh as well. He's an ambassador now for Riyadh season. But, you know, really good seal the promoters working together. Obviously, Kalle Sauerland's got Josh Kelly. You know, Boxer's got Tyler Denny and Joshua Buatsi on the card. And then Eddie and Frank are the promoters for the card. So, you know, great for the fans that we've got a mix of promoters and fighters on the card. Buatsi Hutchison, obviously Willy Hutchison coming off a career best performance against Craig Richards. You know, really looking forward to that one. Buatsi's been having the back and forth with the Anthony Yarde situation. Still no clearer with what's happening with Anthony Yarde, but potentially we can look at the winner of this fight against Anthony Yarde towards the back end of the year. But yeah, you know, Hutchison's up against it, but, you know, really good performance against Craig Richards, but Joshua Buatsi does look like he's the real deal. Anthony Cacace against Josh Warrington. This is going to be a cracking fight. You know, Cacace coming off an unbelievable performance, you know, got his opportunity and took it with both hands against Joe Cordina on the Fury Usyk card. You know, Warrington was in negotiations with Lee Wood, and that was the direction everyone was looking to go. Actually interacted with Lee Wood on X a few weeks ago, and he said that the offer he was getting to fight Josh Warrington was for less money than he fought him for at featherweight, and he didn't think that that was right when he was the winner in the first match. You know, why should he take a rematch for less money? Which I guess kind of makes sense too. So essentially, I guess he's missed out on the opportunity now, and it's gone to Anthony Cacace to fight Warrington. I know people are saying about Warrington coming off a loss or whatever it may be, but ultimately they're looking to do 100,000 at Wembley for this. Josh Warrington's going to sell a hell of a lot of tickets for Leeds. You know, he'd sell out Leeds every single time he fights. So, you know, that's going to be great for ticket sales if they want to get this record-breaking attendance. Tough fight for Josh Warrington as well. But, we know he's going to give it his all, and Anthony Cacace is the same in that sense too. Liam Smith versus Josh Kelly at £160. Obviously Smith coming off the U-bound performance, a little bit injured, I think he was in the rematch, it was fair to say. Josh Kelly's been doing well at £154. Obviously had the defeat to David Evanesian down at 147. Has looked a lot better since moving up. He hasn't been too far away from a world championship fight. But a great crossroads fight, this one, because, a loss for Liam Smith, and, it's maybe hard to see where he goes from there. But a win for him, and he's probably right back in world championship contention. The same as Josh Kelly, he probably props himself right up to world title contention, £160. And, he should grow into the weight nicely, I would say. And then opening the card will be Turki Alashek's favourite fighter, Mark Chamerblain, against Josh Padley, a battle of undefeated fighters. We knew Mark Chamerblain was probably going to be on the card. It's interesting. You compare this card against the 5 versus 5. The matchups are probably more competitive on the 5v5. This card is, for me, equally as good. It would have been great to have Wardley Clark too. It would have been great to have Inoue. It would have been great to have, Eubank Jr. But from what I've heard, the Warrington fight was made very late last night. Zelfa Barrett's name was in the hat to be fighting Anthony Cacace. And Tyler Denny, obviously, he was made very late because he only fought against Felix Cash last Saturday. For all we know, they might not have got every fight on this card that they wanted to get on this card. I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn gave an interview earlier and said that some of the fights were made very late. So I don't think all the fights that are on this card were the first choice option for everybody. But ultimately, we're here now. The cards come together nicely. The main event's going to be an absolute cracker. There's some other really, really good domestic dust-ups as well on this undercard. So, for me, one of the cards of the year without question. I think they'll sell out all the allocation that they want at Wembley, the 100,000 plus or whatever it is. But, get involved in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think about the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois main event, and also the undercard on September the 21st and the Riyadh season card at Wembley Stadium. Thanks for watching.